I think I've been consistent across my past 4 years in service to the residents of Ward 6 in constituent services, answering phone calls, listening to their concerns, and educating myself on issues across the board, wide-ranging issues, both in our ward and across our city, in making the best decision I can for our ward and for the people I represent. Sometimes that is going against the populace, right? Going against what people are telling me, but it might be what I believe to be the best thing for the ward. And I always said going into this that if I could put my head on my pillow, close my eyes, and go to sleep at night, then I've done my job. With that being said, I also hope that my constituents feel that I've never once misled them or lied to them, and that even when I have to make difficult choices, I've always maintained being honest with them. Yeah, so I don't think there's anything off limits, right? I think we have to look at every department equally. What I think we are seeing now is the city is busier than ever, projects everywhere, but are we really able to capitalize on all those projects, right? So are we able to handle what we've got going on, or are we missing things and things are slipping away and we're losing out on maybe reimbursements from the state and the federal government? Are we not completing projects because we're just too busy and we're forgetting something and things are falling by the wayside? I think what's important is to make sure we can handle what we're taking on, not biting off more than we can chew. So with that, when I look at the budget, that's what I'm analyzing. What I'm looking for is making sure that we're not spending money in places that we can't handle at this time. Gradually grow the budget rather than sharp increases. I think communication transparency is always key, right? Across the board, I've always maintained that I'm always accessible to the administration. I will listen to every department head. I have not written anybody off. I will talk to any department head, chief of staff, the COO, and the mayor himself. I will gladly take meetings with him to discuss my ideas. I am 100% open with that. And I think the other half of that is also making sure we uphold our ends of the deal. So when we sit in council meetings, as we've had in the past 4 years, that I've been a member of this council, and say, look, we think it needs to be like this, you need to think it needs to be like this, why don't we meet in the middle? And then following through and actually agreeing when the mayor does come to the middle. When it does happen, we need to hold up our end of the bargain and not move the goal line. And I think that's key. So maintaining transparency and communication with the mayor, and then holding up our end of the bargain, which I commit that I have done. Yeah, so I think with the new police chief, Thody, really cracking down on summertime in the South End. It can kind of get a little crazy at times, especially at night, especially during weeknights, right? When people are trying to sleep and go to bed. While I have a beautiful ward and probably the most beautiful ward in the city, if I'm biased, I would say that that's a big priority of mine to fix moving forward, is to work on public safety and quality of life issues in the summer times down there. I would also add trying to strike a good balance with the County Street project coming forward. It's going to be a big undertaking with infrastructure and maintaining that, allowing our residents to still use County Street, a vital corridor in the city, along with the businesses. And I'd say the third thing is maintaining our green spaces in the South End. We have beautiful parks. We got to do a better job at taking care of them, and that's through the budget. We can make sure we're fully funding our park staff.